this video is going to be about how I, as a real estate agent, review comparable sales data to come up with a market valuation range for potential clients, for people who might be thinking about selling. Hi there, my name is Joe Polyak, local San Francisco Bay Area real estate agent, and I make videos like this for people who might be thinking about buying or selling real estate, or just want to have some more information about the home buying or selling process in the San Francisco Bay Area, learn a little bit more about the market. I'm here to help, and I would love to help educate you, also learn from you as well if you have any feedback or thoughts about my videos. Oftentimes, people will contact me and say, hey, I'm thinking about selling my home. The first thing that's on people's mind is, what is it worth? What is it going to sell for? Now, the market is very unpredictable. It changes week to week because there's a lot of macroeconomic stuff happening. There's stuff, related to IPOs in our area where a lot of people just get a big windfall, and a lot of people become crypto multimillionaires in our area. And now interest rates have been rising recently as well, which has changed the market landscape. One thing you always hear agents say, I always hear agents say like nonstop, is, well, the market's really weird right now. It's always really weird. It's never going to not be weird. Like, there's never going to be a time where everything is just like, okay, we know how things go. Everything is always unpredictable. Everything is crazy. And it's just an insane market. It always is. I cannot predict what your home will sell for. If you call me and ask me, hey, what do you think my home will sell for? I always give people a range of what I think the market value range based on the comparable sales is. And the way that I do that is I review comparable sales data. So for instance, let's take a look at a home that somebody wants me to evaluate. And I'm just gonna create a completely mythical home here. Let's say it's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet, and it's located in the city of San Mateo. And there's a lot of different neighborhoods in San Mateo and in the San Francisco Bay Area. And some of the neighborhoods have homes that are very similar to one another, like Eichler's or the Highlands or the homes built in the Village in San Mateo. There's also a lot of areas, like let's say, for example, in San Carlos, Belmont, Redwood City, well, throughout the peninsula and throughout San Francisco, where homes are very different from each other. They're built at different times, and they have way different floor plans, different locations, they have different views, different sizes, etc., etc. We have to do our best to find comparable sales data. So let's say this example mythical home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. It has a nice floor plan, a basic floor plan, kind of cookie cutter. It has a 5,000 square foot lot. It hasn't been remodeled for 30 years. It's not original condition, but it also isn't very modern either. It's livable by most standards, but it's in decent shape. What I would look for is the homes that are most similar to that one in size, so bedroom, bathroom count, square footage, lot size, floor plan, condition, location, because sometimes two homes might be in the same neighborhood, but one is backing up to the train tracks and the other one is 3 blocks in and you don't hear the train and it's in cul-de-sac. And then you might wonder, why are these two almost identical homes sold for a $300,000 price difference? And that's usually the reason. So what I do is I review all of this data, oftentimes because I tour so many properties with buyer clients and on broker tour day. Because I tour so many properties anyway, I have been through a lot of the homes and seen the different floor plans, and I can compare them in a lot of ways. My process is essentially looking for all of the similarities that I can find. We start with location based. We make sure that it's in the same neighborhood, and we try to find the same age of the house, the same size, the same condition. Oftentimes it's difficult to find things that are the same. So we have to give weighted criteria to things. If a home is nicely remodeled versus one that's not, well, we have to estimate what did a remodel like that cost and what would a buyer value that, or what would they subtract to offer for this non-remodeled home versus what that remodeled home sold for. But then there are some things that cannot be changed, like the location, if it's facing the train tracks versus not in my earlier example. These are some of the things that we look at. So I really just take my time to go through comparable sales and really try to identify all of those criteria: size, location, condition, floor plan layout, lot size, backyard, all of these things, school district. These are the things that you do a significant amount of research in to really come up with the market value range. Once I take the data I look at it and I present it to my clients and I educate them and show them, here's how I came to this conclusion. Sometimes people interview multiple agents. You know, if I say, hey, I think the market value of your price is somewhere in that 1.4 to 1.6 range. And I'm being a little conservative because, you know, the market is hot and has been hot. So there's a pretty reasonable chance we could even break that. But I want you to hover around this price range because I'd rather you be realistic and plan for that and be surprised with the positive rather than plan for a higher price that's not realistic. And then the market shifts a little bit, it sells for less, and now you're surprised in the negative. I'd rather be conservative in that way and be honest with my clients and set them up in the best position to succeed. Whereas maybe some people will come in and insult their client's intelligence, frankly, and say, hey, this house is worth 1.8. We'll get you 1.8. And then they list it for 1.8 and it doesn't sell and it sits on the market in the hottest market ever and they drop the price, and then it sells for 5 to 10% lower than it otherwise would have. Sometimes people say, well, hey, you know, Marty so-and-so from XYZ Realty said that my house is worth this much and you're saying it's worth this much. And I say, I'm not saying anything. I'm not telling you a thing. I'm giving you my best understanding of the comparable sales data, the statistics of the area, and I want us to review this together, and I want you to come to the conclusion that you think it is. They will, for the most part, come to the same conclusion as me, and we will decide to work together. Sometimes people don't care, they just hire somebody based on a number, based on a price. It's unfortunate because oftentimes that's who you see not getting the price and losing a big chunk of their life savings because they didn't take the time and work with somebody who's honest and transparent from the get-go. 2 recommendations. Number 1 is when you are reviewing your property, if you're a seller or you're thinking about selling your home, and you just want to know what it's worth, I recommend doing a significant amount of due diligence. It's all available online. You can go on Redfin, on Zillow, on the apps, and look at the recent sales data around you and really try to dissect those homes. The help of a professional comes in is that I tour properties with buyers every day. So I see what buyers like and what they don't like and what they're interested in, what they're not interested in, and what is a deal maker and a deal breaker. I see that every day. So that's what having the help of a professional who does that every day creates. And number 2, I suggest working with somebody who's going to be honest, transparent, realistic with you, and who actually cares about your best interest in getting you, setting you up for the best position to succeed, rather than just choosing somebody who's going to tell you the highest price. Hope this video was helpful. If you like it, please don't forget to hit subscribe, smash the like button, and comment if you have any questions or feedback for this video. Thanks again.